Sex addiction.
Is it real? Disclaimer: these are not my own views but rather are a summary of other anthropologists' research. Please consider what is being said with a critical mind and a grain of salt, and come up with your own thoughts into this matters to add to the discourse and literature. Thanks.
Irvine, in Reinventing, Perversion, 1995, believes that the idea of sex addiction is a medical construction born out of prevailing historical social movements and cultural developments of addiction. This construction is depicted as being immoral, out of control, and dangerous. She believes that self-help groups, purity crusades, psychologists, and doctors help to create the existence and issue of sex addiction. The writer champions sexologists and sex therapists whom had laughed off the idea of sexual addiction since they understood the medical and scientific rhetoric. The practitioners of medicine believe addiction to descend from physiology, anatomy, and psychology. The notion of sex addict was also repressive to the feminist movement, causing division between cultural and social purity feminists and repression in the gay and lesbian rights for deviants belonging to the category of the addict. Basically, homosexuals were classed as sexually deviant and sex addicts.
Now these are my own views on the matter and thus is not part of the anthropologist's writings.
The problem with this piece is that it assumes that something being a part of a social cultural movement makes it less real. Even if something is not of biological origin, philosophy is needed to deduce whether something is real through epistemology and what is good through ethics. Biologically, we know from opponent processing theory that there are such things as addictions, compulsions, that drive the reinforcement of repeated behavior and subsequent withdrawal symptoms, which has real biochemical effects in the brain. We also know that sex addicts express real significant psychological distress as according to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, which impedes their ability to socialize, work, or do other activities in daily life. Thus, it is evident that Irvine has a negative perspective of psychology and medicine. Even though sex addiction is not an official diagnosis in the DSM-5, it's in the For Future Research section. How do we assess whether categories reflect reality? How do we ensure objectivity, especially when it is about one's psyche or how one subjectively feel? I'll leave that question to you, the viewer, audience, whatever. Bye-bye.